hours of dreams in the dark slate. Nothing's as it seems. Flip the cards, turn around. The stories we have found in the shadows.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Maureen and Angelina. And hello, Joey. How is everybody? I hope everybody had that amazing day yesterday. I hope your morning's going well. Looks like it's bright and sunny out here, at least right now. So, what is going on? Oh, look at me. I'm sitting here looking at a card that was wrong side up in the deck, and I need to take that into consideration as I'm shuffling through the cards. So tomorrow I am going to be at Brand Art Yoga in Frederick, Maryland for our Release and Renewal Full Moon Tarot and Fire event. And that's at Brand Art Yoga. If you go to brandartyoga.com, details are going to be there because it's a community event. Pay what you will, and it should be fun. So, what are we even doing here? And I hope Jenny's okay. What are we doing? We are contemplating the entire freaking universe. And then trying not to let it weigh us down on our shoulders. Yeah, the entire universe. Can you believe that? Or we can just sit here and focus on what's directly under our feet and not a whole lot more. So, listening to the cards like they're the sounds of the ocean, we can circle in from that entire universe of all the things going on and just listen to our breath. Then we can check in with where our feet are. Mine happen to be flat on the floor. Oh, there they are. Rolling my ankles. Oh, that feels good. And then, of course, my butt doing the kitty dance. Make sure it's nice and comfortable. Checking in with the shoulders, making sure they're nice and relaxed. And then the neck. Getting that extra breath, and it's that light switch that goes off that says, okay, let's go into that other mode. And good morning, Jenny. I'm glad you're okay. So, and this is the time where we get to, instead of focusing on the entire universe, everything around us that we can't control, those people, places, and things, for the next few minutes, we can just hold up that mirror. As I like to say, a meditation is when the universe holds up a mirror and asks you, what do you see? And we can use the tarot as that reflection. So, let's see. Okay, so what am I going to do first then? I'm going to make our 3 stacks. It's like each one's a different thread going out to the universe. It's like each one's a different thought or idea. And if we believe in a multiverse, it's like each one of these is a different path, because this stack will lead down one path, and this conversation's a totally different path from this one. And the question is, which one do we want to select today? So today, let's take the bottom stack, or what I like to think of as things that are underneath that might be influencing us and we don't even realize it. So then I'm going to do our 3 and 1. And flipping the cards over one at a time, like we're reading the pages of a book. So the first card, it is the 8 of Wands. So wands are the element of fire. Wands are our passion, our drive, it's our action, our movement. It's our creativity. So And 8s are about progress, moving forward. So in short, tarot, we have numerology from 1 to 10. And you know how close it is when you're close to finishing a project or you're close to getting something done. You started it this morning and you're trying to finish it up. When we get to the 8 of Wands, it's where I like to describe sometimes when we are in the middle of something that if you've ever shot a bow and arrow, once you release that arrow, how much control do you have of it? So with the 8 of Wands, it is where we are trying to get something completed, and it's on that slide there. We need to pay attention to make sure that everything is going the way that we want it to. But what's the next card then? It is the 4 of Swords. So swords are our thoughts, our ideas, and sometimes our anxieties. So when we see the sword with a 4, so how many legs are on a table? 4. And that makes it stable. It makes it so that we can take a breath if we think of the word stability. So 4 of Swords. 1 sword, we had an idea. 2 swords, we had choices. 3, sometimes if we don't make a choice is made for us. Sometimes when choices are made, there may be other consequences, but we get to 4 of Swords. And this is where, okay, I'm just going to do like this person here. And it's that mental relaxation, especially after all those wands flying through the air. This is that feeling of accomplishment, or that feeling of we can't control people, places, and things. And it's that moment where we kind of realize that for now. As we lead into the 5 of Wands, look at these guys. You can almost hear the Odysseus soundtrack in the background as these guys are just kind of waving their wands around. Nobody's actually hitting each other, right? It's just 5 people, all of them with a different opinion. I call this card Thanksgiving Day at the family house. So when we're sitting around the table and it's Thanksgiving dinner, nobody's going to hit each other. Nobody's going to, it's always just whoever's got the loudest voice wins, right? So we have things that we're trying to do. And we get to a point where it's like, okay, I'm okay with this. And this could be in our house. It could be at work. It could be something that we're trying to accomplish. And somebody always has an opinion. And so that's why when we have 4 with stability, somebody throws in another wand, somebody throws in a sword, and then we have to deal with that opinion. And why do we have to be disrupted from our serenity, or what is going on here? So today it's just taking a look at those things around us that cause disruption. And again, these are just minor cards. So they're not like majors where we pay attention to them because they're the destiny cards. The minor cards are just the day-to-day cards that when we don't pay attention can develop into a destiny card. So let's take a look at the advice card here, where we have our destiny card. So here we have the 11, the justice card. So what is justice? Justice is a major. And by being justice, it's not about, going to court and all that wonderful stuff like that. The justice card is about seeing things clearly. It's about her sword is upright. It's going up and down. It's not slanted. It's not about opinions. Her scales are here so that we can weigh the truth. So today, as we are working towards getting things accomplished, whether around the house, whether at a job, whether something personal. It's about being able to set aside these things. Let me see. And Angelina says, the Four of Swords looks like a sanctuary in the middle of the wands. Oh, actually, that's a really good observation. The Four of Swords in the middle of the wands. So, and that's what it is. We have these things we want to accomplish. And if people would just stay out of our way, if the weather would just cooperate, if that car just wouldn't pull out in front of us, then we can stay fully in control. But no, somebody is going to spill my coffee. Somebody's going to say the wrong thing. And that's just going to blow my Four of Swords out of water unless we can keep things clear. And that's the Justice card. Today, it's about being able to find that peace through seeing things the way they really are, through acceptance of the way things are, that we are not going to wait to do the last 80% of the job in the last 20% of the time. We are going to keep an eye out for when we start walking into those negative situations. And instead of letting our emotions get the better of us, we are going to be the clear-sighted ones and help the other four people so that we can all accomplish what we need to today. And Jenny, geez, this is totally me today. I was paint my Justice card, and when I fell, now it's hurry up and rest, but I'm fighting it. Justice points back up to rest. So today, it's about keeping our head and not letting people, places, and things knock us off our serenity or, out of a good frame of mind today, if we can. Sometimes it's just tough, but the Justice card is probably good advice in a negative situation. With that, thank you again. Take care, everybody, and I will see you again tomorrow.
Stars in the sky, cards in my hand, searching for signs, lost in the sand.